Oh, we're not in game yet. All right, so Curious up against MVP. Get ready. In the bottom left starting location, we have our Zerg player. He's 1-1. What will he do on the map he's picked? We'll find out soon. He is
Starter Curious.
one of the better Zergs out there nowadays. A little bit overshadowed by players like Nesty, but he's very, very good. We'll see what he's capable of this game. In the upper right, shut up. In the upper right, we have the Game Genie Darren. He is
I am MVP.
Please, Artosis, go ahead.
You're abusive, Tasis.
I am, man.
I'm not standing for it anymore. Well, just have to see. MVP making his barracks kind of in a hidden location in his base. Just a little bit off.
You know what it might be? Because it's like he already did the Makarax once, so I think it's possible the Terran will go in there, peek at the command center, and be like, oh god, he's hidden his barracks somewhere, he's going to get my Overlord.
Yeah, and maybe send the drone out to look for it.
And then not find it still and be like, oh god, what is he doing?
Well, we're going to see. He's looking for the barracks a little bit already.
Is it going to work?
He says, okay, there's a gas again.
And he sees it. Okay.
I found it.
Now I will bite this SCV to death.
It's actually boxing.
Yeah,
it's
if you
not
look
the Zerg mouth.
If you zoom in on a drone, guys, you'll notice it looks like it has little boxing gloves in its hands.
You know, that has always messed me up, even in StarCraft 1. I always thought that was like the drone's mouth, like its teeth or something.
No, it has little boxing gloves.
No, I know, and its
just
actual mouth is like this tiny little mouth, and I'm just like, what, really? And it makes me look at the drone differently.
Oh.
Normally, still in my head, I have that as a mouth, but
the
sometimes
drone is there, he's like,
you don't like me. No, you're just not as cool looking as I once thought you were.
Yeah. So, looks like, Curious, going to go with a very conventional Zerg build so far. Zerg don't have a ton of options at the start. It's not until you get to the mid-game and stuff like that.
You're almost always going to see Hatch first against Terran.
And you know,
Speedling expands and stuff. It's kind of dangerous to do because it really does harm your economy. You really want to get that hatchery out, get your creep spreading, get your additional queens, your additional macro going immediately.
Yeah.
Or some Terran pressures become too strong too quick.
Yeah.
And
as you can see here, it's 6 wins, 2 losses for Curious. It was 7-4 for MVP. So actually, this should be a pretty even match. I mean, considering if you compare that to their GSL rank, I think it's going to be a great game.
Yeah, I think so too. This map actually puts out a lot of great games, just like its predecessor, Expect to. Now, of course, it is a Reactor Hellion build again. Catching that Overlord, very frustrating for Curious. Supply capped at the moment. And it looks like MVP might actually do the same build as Alive. He's getting very quick tech lab on that that barracks.
You know what? This is what I love about MVP. Think of how much that's going to screw the other guy's mind at that game. Because MVP always picks like the least expected build.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And, I want to point out something else, too. Obviously, MVP watched Alive versus Curious.
That's what I'm saying. He watched that game. He said, I'll just do the same thing.
Oh, not just that, but listen to this little thing I'm about to say. But actually, it's not going to be it because he's switching the add-ons. But if he wanted to do the same exact build as Alive, he could have picked up, because he already saw how Curious deals with that. He could have picked up a way to abuse the way that Curious chooses to deal with that.
Well, maybe that's what he's going to be doing in this case here.
Well, instead
you know what he's going to do?
Looks like
he's going to do a... Oh, no, actually, he's switching this into a very traditional.
Yeah,
we're like just totally off. It looked like he was going to do the same build, though, at first.
Well, it did open the same until he switched it. So it is going to be a Marine tank, probably just a timing to try to get that high ground. The 4 Hellions going to want to try to control the map in the meantime.
Their supplies are basically even right now, and the layer is just now started here for Curious. Now, One thing I'm wondering is if you're curious, how exactly are you going to play this map? Because you know that MVP just watched you lose on this map.
Yeah, absolutely you do. He's getting his Baneling Nest just a little bit quicker than we've seen him do in other games. I don't think that that has any significance. Only one Spine Crawler right now for Curious.
It is on the high ground now, outside of his expansion. The location that is oh so important to protect, whether you're against a well, if you're against any Terran, no matter what race you are, you need to have that area protected, because if they get that, control that, they can really hurt you. I don't want to see nerds get hurt, guys.
No.
Those are the nerds you're playing against. And I really want to see them suffer.
Not just get hurt, but
I want to see them suffer.
All right, so MVP just kind of taking map dominance. I love his siege tanks at the Watchtower in siege mode. That's really cute. Hard for Curious to move around the map at all.
You can see MVP's actually trying to catch. It's a game of cat and mouse up here. He's trying to catch those Zerglings.
Yeah. It's a game of Hellion and Zergling.
Yeah. One of my favorite games. Screw animals. Oh, nice.
Yeah,
and
beautifully
beats him
done.
in there. Yeah.
And that's just some free kills. All
It's
that
just
took
a little
was
thing, but
some APM.
Yeah. Some Appum.
It only took some APM, man.
Yeah.
Well, a starport coming up for MVP, so it's not some sort of siege tank, marine, kind of all-in-ish, semi-all-in-ish attack to that high ground, which we see a lot on this map. Curious still not taking a third. Getting a lot of Lings and Banes right now, as well as his Spire. Still no Baneling speed, though. MVP playing very standard right now, like super, super standard. I think he's like, okay, I'm on the brink of elimination. Let's see if a long game can bring me through, because it doesn't look like he's gearing up
I think
for
he doesn't want to
crazy.
build over loss.
Yeah. You know, sometimes you try to hit one of these timings and they just stomp it and you're like, oh, crap.
Why did I do that?
But if he plays a very long game, you know, Curious might make some mistakes.
Oh, nice catch there by Curious.
You know what they say? Curious killed the Hellions.
Yeah. It's what they say, too.
That's what they say,
That's what
man.
they say, guys. I don't know what you want me to do. I don't know what you
Someone's
want
like,
me to
no,
do.
Curiosity killed the cat. No, man, his name is Curious. He killed the Hellions.
Well, Curious also killed the cat, too. He kills lots of things.
He's a crazy guy.
He's a pretty brutal person, man. He's a pretty brutal human. So the third base here for Curious will now be taken. And we have Mutalisks in the game.
Curious with that third base just started. That's a very conservative third base timing. And the way that MVP's macroing right now, not making another command center, he may in fact just be going for a very strong push. But counterattacks are going to be kind of deadly in that case.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a real wall in front of his expansion. He doesn't have some significant amount of missile turrets up. He only has 3 of them.
That's actually a good point. Why is he not putting the wall up at his expansion? Because it's so obvious that, like, that's what they're going to do. They're going to counterattack you.
Well, it looks like he's just started it now, so maybe he will get that up completely. Muta's not really finding any holes quite yet. Baneling speed is on the way, as well as another hatchery for macro.
And it's going to be a little bit of downtime here, guys. I think that both players are kind of realizing the direness of their situations. Saying, well, I got to play very, very safely. And now MVP seems to be moving out. He is still exposed, though. He didn't finish that wall, though. But nope, the Mutas just went in there alone and managed to turn him around.
Ooh, I love it when people pick off reactors.
Well, they take forever to make.
Yes, they really do.
He's going to be careful not to overextend here. Oh, they did lose some Mutalisks there. That's not good. Is the wall incomplete at the expansion, Artosis?
Almost. Not
almost.
Quite,
Okay.
That can be finished pretty quickly. That can be finished at the drop of a depot.
You are funny.
Thanks. All right, Curious's creep spread is pretty good right now.
Yeah.
He's definitely going to get it a little bit better, though. He probably wants to connect it over on the right side of the map a little bit more. And a drop is going out. A lot of banelings being made by
Could be
Curious.
very effective. I mean, the Mutalisks are completely out of position.
Nothing is over there. Nothing at all. He is going to be caught off guard at that base. And that's going to be very painful.
Yeah, he's expecting the counter. And here come the Mutalisks now. And now he's unloading. But does he have enough? He stims, he moves forward. Where are the rest of the Marines? They're coming up the ramp right now.
He's counter. MVP's moving out with a force.
Oh my God.
But he has enough at home to actually hold anything, basically.
MVP's playing this so well. And look at even the positioning of the Marines behind the minerals. Is he going to go for it?
Yeah,
the
Curious
bunker's
is just
empty.
going for it. Going for the siege tanks there and targeting down the banelings. How many banelings can he kill?
No, he doesn't close it up in time.
Uh-oh. Is MVP in trouble here? Curious with a lot of Mutalisks in the main base.
He's actually turning around now. He realizes he's in some pretty big trouble.
He does kill that third in the meantime.
Oh, this turret won't die. This turret will not die. And he doesn't seem to be following this very well. Okay, finally he gets it, but by then, the Marines are there, and they've already managed to drive out Curious's army.
And Curious has taken a supply lead, 122 to 108. But, you know, he's on 2 base against 2 base at the moment. It's 30 SCVs to 52 drones, but let's not forget about the Mule, our good friend the Mule, keeping that economy decent for Terran.
It's not my friend.
It's not your friend?
No.
It's my friend.
All right,
I'm an optimist, though, Tasteless. I look at the Mule, I'm like, you're going to mine out your bases faster. Idiot.
Now, once again, he's going to try to drop, do a little fakey here. He intercepts. When intercepts, he actually just encounters the main army, now moving towards him and realizes, oh, man, he is going to try to hit me hard. MVP now trying to chase the Mutas down. It's actually not clear if MVP is trying to trick Curious by moving into the middle of the map, or if he's actually serious about this push.
Yeah,
MVP
it's
might not even
actually very hard to tell. And I love this little drop, Tasteless. He is always where Curious' Mutas are not. Some great dropping play. This is what Terrans are trying to do with their drops when they're flying around when Mutalisks are out.
Well, it's
he's
so
like controlling so much with this.
He's making it impossible for Curious to counter it with Mutas into his main, because the Mutas have to get the medevac dropship. If they don't, then he can just keep dropping. All right, it looks like it's time. He's decided he has more than enough at home that he can actually attack. Now this is going to draw the Zerlians over here to this location so he can push the bottom right.
Curious has to be frustrated right now.
Oh man,
that was a huge tank shot right there. Knocking out quite a few Banes. Well, looks like Curious just going to go for another counterattack. There are 2 siege tanks there.
Curious is spread so thin right now.
He really is.
He really is spread so thin.
He's like a bagel from Dunkin' Donuts where they only give you 1 cream cheese.
Oh, I hate it. That's how thin he's spread. Now, all these banelings coming in here, hitting these Marines. Is it enough? It definitely is. Run!
Nice Marine sacrifice there. Now just the Mutas are left. 10 Mutas, but they only have +1, whereas MVP only has +1 as well.
He's going to get the hatchery. And if he gets the hatchery, then Curious has a problem on his hands.
Yeah.
Because as it turns out, Artosis orbitals can float, and hatcheries cannot.
Hatcheries can float? Oh, wait a minute. No, they can't.
No!
You're right.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
Transfusion here on the Spine Crawler. Another transfusion. Beautiful transfusions here.
Wow. Just stalling. Beautifully
These guys
done.
are fighting for their tournament careers right now.
Their
they do not want to go down to Code A. Is MVP overstepping here? We're going to find out. It looks like Curious's army is regathering. The Queen goes down. So does Evo Chamber. Not much time left to make this call. Another counter.
Oh, wow. And, you know, he does have Banelings down at home, but those siege tanks, there's way too many. If MVP stays on top of it, nothing can happen down there. As for this, I'm not sure. The Mutas.
The hatchery's going to go down. I think MVP's done it, guys.
Yeah, it looks like it.
He just seems to have enough.
I can't figure out a way for Curious to actually hold this off.
He's going to try one time, but MVP is spreading so perfectly here.
Oh, man, the siege tank going to hit a lot of Banelings.
Nope.
Oh, wait, barely out of vision.
Here we go.
Oh, boy.
And is it enough? Is it enough?
And
nope. He has too many Marines.
Yep. So
that's
Curious.
GG.
Wow. Curious actually taking last spot in the group. I really didn't think it would go that way.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting result to have there. Nice. Takes out a few Mutas. It looks like he's going to go down here to the bottom right just to see, okay, is there a hatchery here? And he's going to see, no, there is not. Oh, nice siege up right there. Oh my God, beautiful. I would say GG probably right now.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, okay.
Well, yep. Doesn't have a whole lot left. 18 supply.
Damn. MVP is still alive.
He is
but
indeed.
that doesn't mean it's finished, guys.
Can he take out Gumiho, who kind of made him look scrubby?
Yeah. He scrubbed the GSL floor. He scrubbed the GSL Code S symbol with that scrub.
With him. Yeah.
Took me a while to get that one out, but when it got out, it was about a C- joke. But I got it out, and that's what's important. And that's what's important in MVP as he gets out of this situation, moves on into the Code S.
There you go.
Man.
Wow, that was really, you took me on a ride there.
I was like Zorro, like, you know, in that situation, man. So
it's like I wasn't sure what you were going to do, but then you made a Z, and I'm like, oh, of course.
But and you're like, is that a Z? And I'm like, it's an S. You're like, it's backwards. And I'm like, oh.
It also has sharp edges.
All right, so we are going to see now after this short 5-minute break who is going to move on and who's going to go down because right now I have no clue. Gumiho actually did slay MVP earlier today. He could do it again. MVP did not have an easy time against Curious as well. That's important to note. MVP is not doing his normal MVP thing where he outclasses everybody. So, your thoughts, Artosis?
I think MVP is going to come out of the group. I do. Even though Gumiho way outplayed him earlier, I think MVP sat back and watched a lives mech and was like, oh, that's how I used to play mech. Why am I moving around so much?
Yeah, I
don't know. That's. I think that he's going to be able to take him out. Gumiho
I think MVP should win, and maybe that's because I'm just so used to
him winning
all the time, everything, and being kind of ranked number 1. So we'll see, though. Upsets do occur. So stay tuned. We're going to have a 5-minute break. When we come back, we're going to have more awesome action here for you at the GSL Code S.